shit, yo, what's up, yo? It's SM. I'm just dropping back from a party, yo. Man, that shit was popping. It was so awesome. There was this one girl and she was all... Oh, fuck! Well, I made it home, finally. This is the third time this has happened to me. Well, I was going to tell y'all about an awesome party that I went to, but instead, I think I'll just educate y'all on what just happened to me. You see, I just experienced an incident called racial profiling, or as some others like to call it, driving while black. Racial profiling is basically when a cop pulls over someone due to their ethnic background. Whether they be Mexican, Hispanic, black, brown, or heck, even green, like Yoshi. I'm just kidding about that. But seriously, and in response, the victim of the policeman usually gets treated unfairly. For example, they'll ask to search their car for no reason. Or they'll just handcuff them and arrest them for such a small reason, you know? Or they can just be straight out unpolite and mistreat them just because they feel like it, just because of their color of their skin. I just went through that situation like that for the third time. Apparently I was speeding, and the cop had the nerve to ask me how I managed to get such an amazing car like a Scion TC. He also asked me if I can check my car. This is the thing, he didn't even bother to ask me for my license and registration first. He went straight to the questions. I'll tell you how I handled the situation later, but just for now, listen up. After being a victim of racial profiling, for the third time I've had it. I realized that racial profiling has been a problem for a while, but like, I never thought it would actually catch up to me, myself, you know? You know? I wonder if anyone else has experienced this situation. I think I'll go around campus and I'll ask people. I'll be right back. Oh, whoops. Forgot my longboard. I'll be right back. Hey y'all, I'm back. After surveying about 20 people, these are the results I got. Let me show you. I asked them, do they know anyone or have they ever been a victim of racial profiling? 15 people said yes, 2 people said no, and 3 people were not sure, they don't even remember. So as you can see, the majority of people have experienced this problem in the past. I actually had a really great conversation with a fellow senior black person. His story is a great example of racial profiling. Listen to what the man has to say. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I could tell you this. It happened a long time ago. A friend of mine and I were walking down the street.
Yeah.
Unknown to even myself at that time, my friend had been a Los Angeles police officer years ago. And so what happened was evidently there was an issue of a woman got attacked, something like that. So they saw me and my friend, who was white, walking down the street. They stopped us. They stopped me in particular, and they gave me the old line. Well, you look like the suspect.
They said that? They said
Yeah,
you look like it?
You look like the suspect. I mean, so what? Like, what was the guy? Did he wear glasses? I mean, what do you mean? And my buddy just kind of stood over to the side, and they just, ran me through all these questions, asked me all these silly questions about myself, where I've been for the last hour and stuff or whatever. Anyway, finally the victim was brought in a car. They flashed the lights on me, and the woman said that's not him. But anyway, I knew what it was all along. But my partner comes up to the officer at the last minute before we leave and said, you know what? I'm a former LA police officer, and I'm just here to tell you guys everything you just did is wrong. Everything you guys just did is against the law. I'm just telling you. I mean, you've done it now. It's all over. But I know you had no reason to stop him. You had no reason to talk to him the way you did, except the fact that he's who he is. So it does happen.
Yeah.
It does happen, man. I mean, it's happened numerous times. I could go on and on and on. I mean, I'm from Southern California, so I've seen it happen a lot of times. But I do say things are getting better.
You heard what the man said. The cop said he looks like the victim. That's a perfect example of profiling. As bad as his situation sounds, it could get worse. A good example would be Johnny Gamage, a black person who was a victim while driving in Pittsburgh. This guy was innocent, with absolutely no criminal record. Look at what he went through.
October 12, 1995. Brentwood police make a routine traffic stop just inside the Pittsburgh city limits.
Was I going over the speed limit?
Hey! I said stop moving around! Get out of the car!
Just let me explain.
No!
John was a very laid-back person, a person that wanted a lot out of life.
He was a genuinely caring person.
Minutes later, a young black businessman takes his final breath.
Another example, and probably one of the most famous ones, Rodney King. The actions of the policemen during the night led to a huge riot in Los Angeles. It was bad. The reason why I'm making this video is so that I can gather an audience of fellow black, Hispanic, Latino, or any other people who think that they may become victims of racial profiling. I want to inform you to be on the lookout, because honestly, you could be the next victim. You could even be the next Rodney King or Johnny Gamage. Now do you see why I'm so against racial profiling? That could have been me, people. I'm 18. I'm too young. I can't die yet. That could be you too. This is why I'm taking this so seriously. Racial profiling is bad. Do I even have to state why? Look at what happened to those two people. Honestly, we do not need these kinds of issues to happen. Just make sure you be on the lookout. And if a cop stops you, ask yourself if you're currently being a victim of the profiling. If you think that you are, there's a way to handle it. And the best way to handle it is to know your rights. There are two important amendments that come in handy during this situation. First, the Fifth Amendment. As stated in the Fifth Amendment, you have the right to remain silent. It guarantees individuals the right to not answer any questions posed to them by the law. They can ask you questions, but they cannot, under any circumstances, arrest you just for simply not answering their question. They can't do that. Second is the Fourth Amendment. You have the right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures. The Fourth Amendment protects your right to privacy. Without a search warrant, the law enforcement or any other government officials, cops, or anything, they cannot search your home or office or any other property without your warrant, without your consent. As long as you know these rules, there's nothing that the policeman can do. When a cop asked me how I got that nice car, I said, "Sir, I don't believe that's any of your business." He didn't do anything. Went to the next question. "Well, can I search your car?" I said no. He argued with me for a bit, but after a while, I just said, "Sir, have you read the Fourth Amendment? You can't do anything to me. You can't search my car without a consent." So after a while, in the end, all I did was just give me the speeding ticket, and he just kind of left. I'm still kind of pissed off after that, because, I didn't think I was speeding, and he still gave me the ticket, but that's in the past. But anyway, just remember, if you feel like you're being a victim of racial profiling, just know your rights. You'll be fine. Oh, whoa, dang, it's late. I've been talking for a while. I've had a lot of fun talking to you guys and educating you, but it's late. I think me and Yoshi right here are going to be going to bed. I hope what I taught you today will be helping you in the future. I really do. Just know your rights and be safe. Drive safe. Don't drive black. Peace out.